the clients you deal with, do you find that external factors um, are more impactful than their internal factors? And I'll give you the example because you mentioned it. Um, we may say that I want to be rich like this person. I want to look like this person. I want to be as beautiful, fit, whatever, right? But the people you deal with, do they tend to have a harder time saying that, you know what, I feel beautiful today because of this. I feel happy today because of this. Is it more dependent on things outside of their frame, or is it more so dependent on things inside their frame?
I think that when you start the journey, people want to give the accountability to people outside. Yeah, we all have these phrases. Oh, that's just like me. Oh, that's the way it's always been. Oh, I'm just like that. No, you're not. It's the choices that you're making cause the behavior, and you get into the comfortable way of doing it. But it doesn't mean to say it's the only way of doing it. It's the way that you've become accustomed to doing it. So changing that is a process, and it's a process that anybody can do at any age. You're never too young or too old, or anything. If anybody can do it, but it takes courage, it takes determination. And let's face it, the habits and the behaviors, beliefs and thoughts that you have now, you didn't get overnight. It took time for them to come into place. So to change them, you're going to be doing exactly the same.
I always found that when it came to change, especially when you know that the change is going to lead to success, right? Or more happiness for that person. I always found one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reasons many people don't do it, is the fear of failure. Meaning that if I were, Linda tells me these are the steps I have to take to be a better person, to set the boundaries. But if I were to fail, some people in their mind, make the situation that every time they fail, it's such a public event. What are my parents going to think? What are my friends going to think? What my lover going to think? What is my priest going to think? Everyone, right? Um, how scary, in your experience, is that thought of failure, and why is it that it holds so many people back from even attempting to be happy?
Tarang, it's such a good point, but it's one of the points again about knowing what you want. If you put your mind to the things that you want, other people's thoughts and opinions, at the end of the day, what your person thinks, what difference does it actually make to your life? Only because you allow it to. It has a knock-on effect. Again, it's about valuing other people's opinions more than you're valuing yourself. If you value yourself and say, okay, yes, it's okay that it didn't go right, I'll learn from this and I'll do it differently next time. But this is the inner voice that we have isn't our voice. It's what we've adapted from other people's voice. So if you finish off some of the sentences, like when I've done something stupid, I tell myself, or when I haven't done a job properly, I tell myself. And if you actually listen, you can hear the person's voice who you've taken in, right? So it's about going back and saying a lot of it is people's opinions. Everybody can have an opinion. That's great. But it doesn't mean to say that it's in cement or it becomes law, because it doesn't. That's not realistic. Fear of failure, all fears and phobias are irrational. So if you're working cognitively, like I do, and you really question them, they don't stand up to scrutiny. So it's really important to question the validity of it.